Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Thursday, January the 11th, 2018. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. Our hypotheses are our trade plan. We create two main hypotheses, wait for the market to open up, and then look to see who's in control and execute the plan that best suits the market. Then we have two alternative hypotheses, which is our expansion hypotheses for when the market goes into extended trend type of day. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking out, please send an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog, this is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, and then we do live trading analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. So taking a look at yesterday. Yesterday didn't quite play out as we had anticipated. We were hoping that it was going to be a setup and complete the abandoned baby pattern. Actually, I should bring up the composite. We were waiting to see if this left this as a abandoned baby, and it didn't happen. We did trade down, and it looked like it was going to set up, but they stepped in at the 3650 area, and then they rotated back up, and basically they just chopped in that 46 area. Actually thought this is a good example of when you see price rejection. This LVN from the overnight and from the Monday session, basically they fought that level all day, and it became support. And then we pushed up, but we couldn't quite get all the way to the target up top at 5250. We stalled out, of course, in the Globex. We've gone up there and taken that out. Very blunt area in the profile. You can see that from in the value area, from the value area high to value area low, it's very blunt, very toothy here. a lot of volume went off in this level, so if we get back down in it, we should take a trip through it. Take a look at the news. Sorry about my cough. Taking a look at the news, we did just have news out. We had initial counting jobs claims, which was less than expected, so it was a beat. We had jobless claims, was pretty much on mark. Initial jobless claims were slightly higher, and then PPI was not as good as expected. Canadian housing was not as good. 53 minutes, we have Bloomberg Consumer Confidence, and at some point in time, the IVT tip economic optimism. Natural gas at 10:30, 30-year bond at 1 o'clock, and then 2 o'clock, we've got the federal budget balance, and that's it for the news, except for the Fed member Dudley speaking at 3:30. So not a real huge news day. Taking a look at the macro to micro, I always like to just start my day looking at the monthly on a simple candlestick chart, and then working my way down. This is where I look for candlestick patterns and chart patterns. We've been following this upward sloping fork. We finally got up to the top of the fork and broke out, and currently right now we're trading above the upper fork. Good slope and separation on the 9 and the 9 EMA and the 20 SMA. Trend is very much intact. The trend on the monthly doesn't even get challenged until we get into the mid 2600s. On the weekly, you can see same thing. We are creating a technical gap against the 9. Moving very far, very fast on the weekly. Going to the daily, you can see that We were one time framing up. We did come down and break below the low and come down and basically challenged the 2 days range. But then we popped up so far, and here we are trading back in the 50s again, and only a very small distance away from making new all-time highs. This is a week high at the 2760. So we did have some repair work to do. We talked about that yesterday as a possibility not to get your short hat on too quickly until the abandoned baby is a reliable candlestick chart, but it has to set up first, and it didn't set up. So that's out the door. Going to the intraday, you can see that we were trending pretty strong. Then in the overnight session, we had that big move down yesterday's Globex session, and then we took it all back in yesterday's RTH session. And so far, we've been holding the 9 and the 20, getting a continuation up here. Watch the 2750 area. If we break below that, then we could move down a little bit further and come down into that 48. Which just happens to be near the low overnight, 27.48.75. So we actually held inside of the Monday sessions low, or sorry, the Tuesday session low at that 48, and basically have moved up and through so far. Going to the 30-minute. Just a slow grind up, stair step up, move up, backfill. We are testing the 20 SMA right now. So if we do break it, we could get a smaller trend change, but it's still looking very, very strong. We did break below the 9 and the 20 on the 5-minute, coming back into the support level down here at the 52.53 level. Taking a look at it on the bigger picture, of course, we've got our breakout gap, our continuation gap, our runaway gap, and we're basically created a 5-day microcomposite. The microcomposite VPOC shifted from the 25 up to the 46.50 yesterday, and here we are trading inside of Tuesday and in around that 52.53 level. Key level to watch above right now is going to be that 54.75. Above that, look for the overnight high to get taken out at the 56.50 and a push up into the all-time high up at the 27.60. Below us, we want to watch the 51 and a quarter area. Below that, if we get back inside of yesterday's range, we could make a move back down to test the overnight low, 48.75, if not back down to the 46. The key line in the sand for me today is going to be the 43.75, and if we get below that, then we could see a bigger move down to repair some of this work down below and take out some of those naked closes and naked VPOCs that we have so many all the way back down into that 2600 level. Overnight inventory is I'd say about 60% net long in time and value. A pretty large range again. You can see we're getting OTF participation, triple distribution. Our VPOC is at 53.75, so value is rising right now. So if we can get above that and hold, it looks good. It's just we're just a lot of rotations. The rotations have been very big. These rotations from yesterday on the open, where you had 10 and a quarter down, 9.5 up, is just very whippy, and we just chopped at that between that 44 and that 48 for the longest time, and just couldn't get back below that 47 and go up and hit that 52 until the Globex. They seem to be making a lot of moves in the Globex again lately. So taking our overnight numbers, our overnight high is up at 56.50. That was a target for us yesterday. Our overnight low is down at 47.75. I thought it was 48.45, so we did break slightly below that Monday, 47.75. And then our VPOC is 43.75. Basically sitting right on yesterday's value area low. And we've got an LVN, I'm sorry, 43.53. I'm not feeling well this morning, so it's head's not really in the game right here. 53. Take this off right here. We have an LVN here at 54.25. And we have an LVN here at 51.75, which is basically the range high from yesterday. That's going to be our over-under line. Now, this over-under line, I'm expecting it to probably get breached and pushed down. It's just a matter of how low. I'm going to be watching. You know what? I'm going to move the over-under line down to where it should be, I think. Rethinking this. Down at the value. The value is where it gets really blunt here and likely to make a push through down into the 44 again. The 44 is basically going to be our key line in the sand. We really don't want to get below yesterday's value area, because then it thins out. We got probability of coming down, testing the week open, and coming down, testing down into the 35 range again. In terms of levels below, obviously the week open at 41.75 and that HVN at 41. And then there's really nothing until we get down to the range low. Our 20-period daily ATR is running at 16.54, so off of the low overnight of 47.75. Our upside daily ATR target is 64.25. Is that right? 47.75 plus 16.54. 64.25, and off of the overnight high of 56.50. Our downside daily ATR target is going to be 40. And all the levels down below all remain the same. In terms of hypotheses, we're going to be opening up again above the prior day range. The trend is up, so the hypos are. I've been putting equal weight to my hypo 1 and hypo 2 because of the two-sided trading, but the trend is up, and we didn't break down yesterday. So my main hypothesis is an open auction out of range, a move down, take out the naked VPOC from above that we missed yesterday from Tuesday, push into the prior day range. If we don't bounce somewhere between 49.75 and 44, I'm looking for them to bounce. 49.75 is going to be the first spot I'll really be looking for. That gives us a chance to close the naked close and the gap, and then rotate up and go up and make new all-time highs and push this market up yet again. Hypo 2 is an open auction out of range. You move up, either just take out the overnight high or miss the overnight high, but somewhere between there and the 2760, maybe even pop into a new all-time high, but then finding responsive sellers and rotating us down and basically coming down into the value area and chopping between the 44 and the 52 and creating a day of balance between these 2 days here and just continuing to mature the auction. I'm not expecting a lot of range today. Probably 8 to 11 points. But if there's going to be a big range, we would look at Hypo 3, which would be an open test drive, a move down, take out the 5250, possibly dip into the 51, but rejecting the prior day range. Buyers stepping in, initiative buyers stepping in right away and pushing us up into that 60 and starting a slow grind up towards this 70 to 75 area. That's Hypo 3. Hypo 4 is an open auction, leaving the overnight high alone, a move down into the prior day, chopping at the 49 and then failing, taking an 80% destination trade down through value, chopping at the 44, failing, and then pushing through and getting us a red day. You can see even though the move down was strong yesterday, we have not had a negative day where we closed below the open, okay, since this breakout. So we've had, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of green positive days that says the buyers are stepping in and continuing to buy the dips and close us above the open. Even though we had a down day yesterday, we had a strong close, and then we've got continuation into the Globex. So that completes my pre-market session for ES. Gold continues to consolidate. Yet another day we are pushing this value area high. We were looking for the break of the 23. We basically went to 23.30 in the Globex so far, and have come back again. Value is starting to rise. Our micropositive epoch has shifted up to 18.8, and they're continuing to push. I'm expecting this to, with the fact that we keep seeing the buyers step in gold, I'm expecting gold to break this 23 and push up into the 27, if not to the next big target above at 32, and basically have this as a flag, bullish flag, and a continuation pattern to continue the move up into the 33, 34. Of course, I could be wrong, and I know I'm wrong if they break down below that 13. Below the 13, this is not going to be bought again. It's going to be pushing much further down towards the testing the 1300 and back into the 1290s and down to these prior targets down here. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.